Patriots fans, whether you want to hear this or not, the Patriots just dodged a massive bullet. Let's jump into it. You guys know my name is Aaron on the daily, pushing out Patriots content. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button for daily content. As well, hit the like button just because you're a nice person. I appreciate it. So jumping into it, the Patriots dodge a bullet by not signing this player. As well, we jump into potential other players Patriots could still pick up in free agency. And then, in my opinion, another crazy mock draft being pushed out. We'll jump into it. We'll talk about it. We'll see what you think. First and foremost, off the top of the episode, Cooper Kupp has been signed by the Seattle Seahawks to a three-year, $45 million deal. Have mercy. I'm telling you right now, he is not worth that. You're probably saying, whoa, Aaron, if he were on our team right now, he would be the best wide receiver. I don't disagree with that. But off the top of the episode, I'm going to show you this right off the bat, is in the past 3 seasons, 2022, 2023, 2024, he has not played a full season. The last time he played a full season was 2021. They won the Super Bowl. They beat Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, all those guys in LA for the Super Bowl. He was Super Bowl MVP and he was offensive MVP. And he made his lone Pro Bowl that season. Now, great, unbelievable. That season was one to watch for Cooper Kupp. Really put his name on the map. But since then, has honestly just kind of been a shoulder shrug, just So I understand Seattle has to make moves. They have Smith and Jigba. They have now Cooper Kupp. They dealt DK Metcalf to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so now they're bringing Cooper Kupp back to his home state of Washington. He played out Eastern Washington, the FCS school. I believe the only college that has a red turf, which is crazy if you didn't know that. Fun fact, now you do. Again, know way too much about college football. But in my opinion, whether you like to hear it or not, I think this is dodging a bullet. And apparently a lot of the rumors were said that he didn't want to leave the West Coast. He wanted to stay on the West Coast. He didn't want to go to anywhere out east, especially the Patriots. That was a big rumor. So the Patriots would have probably had to pay him more than what the Seahawks were paying him to get him to come over to the Atlantic side. It would have been a lot more. And in over these 3 years in this contract, we will see how much he actually plays. And he could prove me wrong. I don't disagree. But based on the past 3 years, I do not think it's a smart decision. And I think the Patriots dodged a bullet. Comment below. Tell me what you think. You might disagree. You might have said, man, I love Cooper Kupp with all my heart. I want him on the team. I want him. And don't get me wrong. He does. The pros would be, he does have that experience. He's a veteran. He's won a Super Bowl before. He's been in the playoffs before. He's played in big time games as well. He has a lot of accolades behind him. Super Bowl MVP, offensive MVP. He's made it to a Pro Bowl, and the fact that he would be a great leader for this wide receiver room. But 3 years, $45 million, I don't know. Again, we talked about this the other day. Mike Vrabel came out and said we don't want to be throwing money around carelessly. And I think that's a wise choice. That is a smart move by the Patriots. I don't think signing Cooper Kupp to a 3-year deal worth this much is the wisest choice that can be made. That's my opinion. Comment below. Tell me what you think. You think the Patriots dodged a bullet with Cooper Kupp? Do you think they should have been more aggressive in trying to get him? Apparently, as well, they tried to jump off the bandwagon and stop pursuing him. Apparently, at one point, again, my thought is he wanted too much money from the Patriots. Now, that begs the question. A lot of people are asking. We're still talking left tackle. We're still talking wide receiver number 1. Who is left in free agency? So in free agency, we still have, let's look at the chart. Hang in there. We're going to scroll down. So see at number 17, we have Cam Robinson. Let me refresh this so we can see the cool graphics, if it's going to give me that. There we go. Perfect. So at 17, you have Cam Robinson that a lot of people are still speculating the Patriots could take, and they're just being patient on, which, again, I think is a smart move. We go all the way down. The best, according to this, wide receiver available is Amari Cooper. So last played for the Bills. He's played for a couple other teams. Again, 30 years older. And let me also say this about Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp will be turning. Let me double check. It should be 32 in June. Boom, golly, I know people's birthdays, huh? Anyways, he should 32, and then that's so then you got that's 32, 33, 34. Man, how many games is he going to play? But you got Amari Cooper left. As well, you have Stephon Diggs, who's coming off an ACL tear. So the question becomes, do you want to take a chance on one of those players? Again, at one point, they're Stephon Diggs at 53. At one point, I would agree they were big-time number one receivers. Now, I don't know about big-time, but they had great seasons. But again, they're older. But also at the same time, in the Patriots, in the position they're in, do they have much of a choice? You have Mac Hollins that just came on. I think a lot of people are saying don't sleep on him. I agree. I'm not disagreeing. He comes in and he does add value to this wide receiver room, and that doesn't say much to this wide receiver room. I do think there's a lot of young potential in two specific players, and that's Kayshon Boutte and that is Pop Douglas. Those are two guys that I do have a lot of confidence in. A lot of the other wide receivers, I'm a lot of question marks. Kendrick Bourne's older, injury prone, was benched last year. Polk Baker, are they going to develop? Are they going to turn into anything? Who knows? And so, regardless, we know the Patriots are most likely going to make a move in the draft for a wide receiver. I think looking at the draft, we've talked about this as well. Last year was a really good wide receiver class. Now, that doesn't mean you can't find a good wide receiver in the later rounds this year, but it's still a possibility. And that leads me to my last thing. And I guess between Stephon Diggs and Amari Cooper, do either of those interest you? Personally, I would take Cooper over. I'd take Diggs. And I wouldn't want it for a long contract. I guess a pro for the Patriots is most likely the longer they both stay in free agency, kind of milling around looking for stuff, it is possible that, hey, listen, you haven't found a team yet, we'll throw you a bone with this and try to kind of barter with them that way for a cheaper contract. That is a possibility. But again, I would take Cooper over Diggs. Again, Diggs, I think of the picture of him looking at Josh Allen last year where he's just giving him that side eye. I just feel like drama coming off the ACL tear. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But then, and apparently there's a lot of rumors that Diggs ends up with the Cowboys, but who knows? And mock draft, Ashton Jeanty apparently mocked to go. And this is the Patriots website, guys. And again, this could just be a click thing for sure, for clicks. But and I love Ashton Jeanty. He was fun to watch at Boise State. I tuned in for late games, for the Mountain West games that are on the West Coast to watch Ashton Jeanty because he was so fun to watch. You asked my wife, there was plenty of time she was asking me, am I going to bed? Nope, I'm staying up late to watch Boise State play San Jose State. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed to say that. Anyways, I do not think this is a wise move. The reason being is Ramondre Stevenson. I don't think he is someone we should give up on this very moment. As well, Antonio Gibson is a great number 2. That doesn't mean we can't. There's a lot of running backs right now in free agency that we could pick up that could be game changers. But as well, one of the deepest positions in this draft is running back. Incredibly deep position. And this even says in here, I believe, it says, yes, running backs are devalued these days. And yes, there are probably going to be good backs drafted well into the later rounds. But for an offense that badly needs to be weaponized, I don't disagree. But the biggest issue last year, yes, Ramondre Stevenson had fumbling issues, but I can understand his frustration trying to run behind that offensive line. So, again, you can go and get a running back at number 4 in Jeanty, but it's going to be a very unpopular pick, especially when we know the biggest issue right now is we need a left tackle. We need an offensive line before we can run the ball. Now, again, they could go out and get Cam Robinson, but Will Campbell's there. Trade out, possibly still get Will Campbell. Kelvin Banks, possibility. Membu, who is from Missouri, is a possibility, who is going up the charts. Last I saw him getting picked at number 6. I believe that's to the Raiders. But again, I don't think Genty is a wise decision for the Patriots. Love him. Exciting player. Don't think it's a smart move. Comment below. What do you think of Genty at number 4? I would assume most of you agree with me. Some of you might say, no, take him. But also, too, the question becomes who's available at that spot. And we've gone over that 100 different times. Is between Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Abdul Carter, one of those will be available at number 4. The question becomes, who is it? If it's Abdul Carter, they're going to take Abdul Carter. If it's Travis Hunter, they're going to take Travis Hunter. If it is probably Shedeur Sanders would be, in my opinion, the most likely, even though a lot of sites, Vegas sites, have the odds of Travis Hunter going to the Patriots as the highest. If Shedeur Sanders lands to the Patriots, hopefully someone is willing to trade up to go get him. And then in that case, the Patriots can trade back, get some draft capital, and then still get one of those top offensive tackles. And so we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. But then you go to the second round pick, which is really, in reality, a lot of times you have first round talent dropping in that area. Whether that's, okay, there's questions of injury, there's questions of maybe character, and that's happened a lot. And I think one of the best examples is Brian Branch, who was supposed to be a first-round pick, ended up being an early second-round pick by the Lions, and the guy's an absolute stud. And so this is a great pick. This is a great position. This pick, though, really confuses me, obviously, because we just got Landry. We have Keon White. I'm not saying we shouldn't get an edge in the draft, but what I'm saying is like Connerly from Oregon very well could still be at this position and be able to be picked. I think if first overall or the fourth pick, the Patriots are getting Genty in this draft and then they go edge, I think people are going to be scratching their heads and asking, what the heck? We need a left tackle. What the heck are we doing? Now, I like the third round pick, who is Sear, Minnesota guy. Watch him play in a couple Big Ten games. Again, third round, offensive tackle. It's not a bad year for offensive tackles. But again, third round, the position you need the most, arguably, easily. And it's third round priority? I don't think so. Do not think so. Then safety, third. Fourth, you get a wide receiver finally, Isaiah Bond, which apparently he has gone down the charts in some categories when it came to some of his results at the Combine. Clemson, I don't mind a tight end. Again, I think there's some solid tight ends in this draft as well. Bond, interesting pick. I like the wide receivers out of Iowa State more than him. Defensive tackle, I'm not opposed to that. Linebacker and cornerback. But out of all those, we know the one position that everyone is saying the Patriots really need to corner this and figure this out is the offensive line. And in this draft, you literally have one, and it's in the third round. Not a good draft. Not a good mock draft. I'm not saying my mock draft was good. If you watch that, you can go back and watch that. I can't remember how many days ago that was. It was probably a little over a week ago. And I'll probably put out another mock draft in the coming weeks. But you got to prioritize offensive line. Gotta. Especially if Cam Robinson is not signed by the Patriots, which, again, moving forward, it could be one of those stalemate plays where the Patriots, for all we know, maybe offered some sort of offer that was a low ball. Again, wheeling and dealing, you got to do what you got to do. And Robinson said no. Well, okay. Well, I guess when we talk again, it's probably just going to be lower. So we'll see what happens. Again, got to prioritize offensive line. comment below. Tell me what you guys think, whether it's from Cooper Kupp, signing Amari Cooper or Diggs. Would you prefer either of those? This mock draft, any comments on that? Genty, offensive lineman in the 3rd round. What the heck? Comment below. Say whatever you want. Always great talking to you guys. We'll see you later. Hit the subscribe button on the way out. This corner today. I better put it there when I do it at the end. We'll talk later. Peace.